What up guys, this is TheSighBored here. For today's how-to video, we are going to be learning how to find the balance point of your bike, and also part 2 is how to put your bike on a paddock stand. So if you are like V, who just got her sort of first big bike, okay, this is the ZX-25R. I know some guys are going to say 250cc is not a big bike, but for some people, yes, it is a big bike for them. Their first time ever getting a feel for it. So I just want to share my techniques on how to get your bike to the balance point, make it easier for you to move your bike around. Maybe you want to park your bike, you want to get the bike out of the bike park, you want to reverse it out without being on the bike, and also how to paddock stand your bike. I already done a how-to video on how to do it, but this time we are going to get the first time owner or the actual owner of this bike to try and paddock stand the bike, just to show you what it's like for first timers to do it. It's not going to be a very smooth sailing, I'm pretty sure about that. So stay tuned for that, and hope you guys are going to enjoy this how-to. If you've got different methods on how to do it, or you think your method is much more better or efficient, just feel free to share it in the comments below, because we can always learn from different methods. There's nothing right or wrong. It just depends on your comfort level. So let's get on with it. So unfortunately, since it's just about to start raining outside, we need to come indoors a bit, so the lighting is a bit dark here. Hopefully you can still see the demo that I'm about to show you guys. So first thing is, like I said, we are going to try and balance the bike. So if you are just riding a Kapchai below 200cc bikes, I think they are still pretty light, and that's why you won't need to actually figure out how to balance the bike, because it's like so light and easy. So for this one, it's like 180 kgs, I think, roughly 180 with the fuel all in. I think it's like 190, something like that. Okay, so even though it's a small bike, but it's still small cc bike, but it's still kind of heavy. So let's get straight to the demo. So right now it's on its side stand. So what we're going to do is, some people will try and lean forward, like you are standing close to your seat and you lean forward and you try to straighten it. Okay, it is possible, for sure, you can do it, but you actually, for me, it needs more effort, and also when you are in this awkward position, to me it's a bit awkward. So your lean forward, gravity is somewhere out of your body. So if you want to move your bike, it's a little bit unstable. So what I would recommend, actually, instead of being near to the seat, you can actually be close to your tank. Now, a lot of people feel a bit uncomfortable getting close to the tank, maybe because you are scared you will scratch the tank or your body will dent or damage the tank. But it's actually not that easily to get damaged, I would say. So tank or close to the tank, so that you are not so lean forward like just now. Okay, as you press this right hand side down, you can lift with your left a bit to make it easier. Okay, so like what I just did, very simple, one easy motion and done. For you guys that are just trying to learn how to do this, of course you will take some practice, and you might need to figure out the amount of energy you need to give it that initial lift to make it straight. Okay, so one more time. Okay, so when it's fully balanced, how do you know when the bike is fully balanced? Is well, the word actually implies balance, means you feel a little bit of weightlessness for the bike. Okay, so when it's really balanced or centered, you won't actually feel like the bike is heavy, or you need to give a lot of force to like stop it from tipping this side or tipping this way. So actually, when it's balanced, it's actually quite weightless. The feeling is weightless. So that's where you practice to get this balance point. All right, so when you get the balance point, then everything feels easy to move. Speaking about moving, so when we are trying to move the bike, you can do it in a few ways. Balance my hip or my thigh area here against the tank, and that actually balances the bike, and I'm not like fighting against the bike, or I need to give like a concrete, like stiffen up my leg. You see, it's actually pretty okay. I can shake my leg here, so it's pretty much on the balance point, and you can just push it, roll it forward or roll it backwards. Okay, so this is a good practice for you guys that are just trying to figure it out. I hope this one helps, and this is just part 1. And the next part is going to be about the paddock stand. Here we have the actual owner of the 25R. Okay, so she will be the newbie trying to learn, and we will show you that, of course, it's easy for an experienced person to show and what it's like for a new person trying to balance it. So V, go ahead and try to balance the bike as demonstrated. Okay, so if you see the bike rolling backwards a bit, it's because this floor is a little bit slanted this way. That's why the bike tends to want to roll forward. But if you get it in the proper balance point, you can actually give enough of force on the bars to keep the bike static without rolling backwards. So again, you can put it down on its side. All right, so far so good. So this is, as you can see, yeah, as you can see, you can't just straight away grow overconfident. Always practice, practice, practice. But so far, I'm just here to actually support. Okay, the reason I'm being here is just in case if she messes up and I can catch the bike on this side. So let's hope that this is a good enough demo for you guys, and let's get to part 2 straight away for the paddock stand. Here we are at part 2. So part 2 is going to be about putting your bike on the paddock stand. So is it necessary to put the bike on a paddock stand? Well, it is not a mandatory thing to do, but sometimes you want to just keep it on the stand because it gives a more even weight distribution on the front forks. Because right now when it's leaned on one side, the left side will tend to have more stress because of the weight is all on one side of the bike. So you want it to be on the centered position, which where the paddock stand will come into play. So this bike is going to actually have an extra difficulty for me because if you have seen my previous videos on how to paddock stand your bike, the demo bike that I used was actually already tail tidy. So we have all these pieces here gone. So it's easier for us to align the paddock stand. So unfortunately, this is still like brand spanking new, and we're going to just do it anyway. So first of all, what we're going to do is, like I said earlier in part 1, we're going to try and balance the bike. So when you balance the bike, all right, same position like I did earlier, so the bike is balanced. And when it's balanced, like I said, if it's balanced, you can pretty much keep one hand on the bike and the bike will stay centered. All right, so as I do this, my next move is I'm going to actually be stepping my left knee or thigh area close to the frame of the bike like this. Okay, so what I'm doing is actually support to this side of the bike. And before I go on further, just in case if any emergency should occur, you lose the balance, you lose control or what, just tip the bike towards you and step away like this. Okay, so when you step away and the stand is down, so the bike will just rest on the stand and there shouldn't be any too much drama. So again, let's get back to where we stopped. Right, again, I got position here, so the bike is centered. I've left the front section of the bike and now I'm moving towards the rear. So change my footing. I'm still keeping a knee on the frame of the bike to keep it centered, but not much energy needed. So I'm now going to lean forward and I will be actually guiding the paddock stand. So the hooks, I will check on my inner side. Okay, it's in. Check on the outer side, both secured. So once it's both secured, you are starting to apply some pressure downwards with your right hand. Okay, this hand is merely supporting. See? Okay, so now I can freely move to the rear of the bike, totally untouched. Okay, all the pressure is literally here. Applying it downwards. And that's it. Of course, it looks simple because, again, I have to mention that I've already been experienced in doing this. So we're going to get V to try it out, to demo to us. But let's put the bike down again just to show you how to put it down. So putting it down is more straightforward. All you need to do is, like what I just did, make sure your bar is straight, your front tire is straight. The reason for that is so that when you put the bike down, it goes straight. It doesn't try to lean to one angle or try to go like a turn like that. So once that is done, let's go ahead. So again, I'm totally behind the bike, nothing to support the front. So my hand here is mainly to just give some guidance for the bike, okay? It's not actually to like manhandle or to like grip, control the bike. So we're going to lift this up to the right, okay? You see, it's just for guidance. Now I'm putting pressure down just to hold it. I'm countering the force that the bike wants to roll forward to give it a gentle step down. Both wheels are on the ground now, so the next move for this hand is to guide the bike to the left, while this hand rolls the paddock stand backwards. So let's do it in swift motion. So as I sort of give some pressure to the bike to keep it centered, I'm going to roll the paddock stand backwards. And you guide the bike down so that it doesn't just fall straight on the side stand. And that's it. So we're going to end the video with just V doing the demo. Hopefully it goes well. I will always be here to give some support, but that will be the demo. So while we end the video with the demo, I'll just wrap it up for you guys once again. All this seems easy, and it is easy, but it's only easy after you have done the practice, okay? So if you haven't done your practice yet, go ahead and practice. If you have someone to give you support, just in case anything happens, that is even better. However, you can always try it by yourself. Just understand the risk involved. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this how-to. Again, if you got different methods, let me know in the comments below. So till I catch you on the next one, this has been TheSighBored here. Ride safe and safe ride. Straighten the stand. No, put it flat down, don't like this. Keep the bike centered. Your bike's not centered. Make sure it's centered first. Don't be busy about the stand yet. Do you feel the bike is balanced? Yeah. Okay, then work on the stand, but always keep sure the bike is balanced. Look the one closer to you first, and then only just make sure the other one is in the groove. Masuk the telinga. Doesn't have to touch. As long as it's within the telinga, then you can, because it's still tilted to you, you feel the weight all on your body, right? Okay. Keep the pressure. You keep the pressure on the stand, the bike will remain. Until you got the balance, okay, you cannot, then 2 hands. Right. Okay, kita kasih turun.
Are you helping me just now?
No, I just standing only. I never touch. Make the stand handlebar dulu, handlebar. Straighten the bars first, so that the bike will come down straight. Keep the pressure, keep the pressure, keep the pressure until the wheel touches the ground. Hold pressure. Then as you want to guide the thing down, you roll the stand out. No, you. So you not tahan atas, you hold like this, does nothing. You're not, you need to tahan tepi. You're trying to like keep it from falling down. Okay. Tegak kah? Oh. Sini, wait. Later you tahan this way. You're just holding to like keep it from dropping this way. So you're pushing this way. Not holding the top, you can't do anything pressing like this. Because this bike is going to want to do this. So you just want to guide it down. So you tahan and lepas. So you're just pushing this way. That is only later. Now you don't focus that. Until the tire touch the ground, then only you fikir about the guiding. Now just turun. When it touches the ground, you will know. It will feel different when it touches the ground. Okay, then tahan the tepi and dorong out and drop it. You still need to tahan a bit more, but okay lah. That's the feeling.